for this course. The videos will be released every week, and we'll talk about that. Actually, Babak will talk about that as we get through the course. Greetings and hello to everyone as well. I will say, actually, it's nice to see everyone saying hello in the chat. I think that's terrific. Hello to everybody. If you do have a specific questions, it's probably best to put that in the Q&A box so they don't get lost among the greetings in the chat box. Okay. All right. So we have 4 program leaders here. We have our very best and most experienced course leaders that are assigned to this course, because we do have, as you'll see, a very diverse, very senior group of participants for this course. So we have Babak, who's here this morning, who is a professor of statistics and analytics at Babson College, which is a very well-regarded college or university here in the Boston area. Jacob Kohler, who is a professor at the New School in New York City, has his PhD from Columbia. Phil Kapobris, who actually I believe is not here, but when I was head of analytics at Fidelity Investments, Phil was one of my directors and is very knowledgeable about use of analytics in financial services and telecommunications. And Dave Paritsky, who is actually also here. Dave has his MBA from Wharton and has worked on a number of projects with us, but is an expert actually in international risk, has a very interesting background. And he's an adjunct professor at Bernard Baruch College here in New York City, part of the City University of New York. Okay, so just to describe you very quickly, this is actually one of our most fascinating and interesting courses, just because we'll talk about the seniority and experience. We have 286 participants in this course from 61 countries. It is a very, very diverse group. In fact, the country with the most participants in this course, with the largest, I should say, number of participants in this course is actually Australia. So welcome to those from Australia. We have about 10% from the US, and the majority actually are from Europe, but the largest participating group in Europe is from the UK at only 7%. So yeah, I see some people saying hello from Australia in the chat, so that's really terrific. So we'll do our best to accommodate the different time zones. Yes, it's 10 p.m. One of the panelists is saying yes. We'll talk a little bit about that. Yeah, that's we'll try our best to accommodate everybody with office hours and getting back to people quickly and access to the course leaders. That's going to require some time. Yes, hello, someone from Jamaica, actually, beautiful country. So banking and financial services, so right in my sweet spot and Phil's sweet spot, 15%. So we actually have quite a diverse list of industries too. The one with the highest number of participants is only 15% at banking and financial services. Of course, consulting, as a consultant, you need to learn how to use data strategically. Education, healthcare. Actually here, I'm in the Cambridge area in Massachusetts, and it's amazing how many data scientists there are in the healthcare industry and how many job openings there are for data scientists in healthcare. Quite a bit of research going on in healthcare. And energy, I have a number of students, actually, a number of courses that are very interested in energy. But again, quite a diverse group. Banking and financial services to energy, a little bit of a different set of problems and data, but the techniques and the thinking around analytics is really the same regardless of what industry you're in. And then in terms of work experience, actually fascinating, more than half of this group has 15 or more years of experience. So I hope that you will share that experience with fellow participants. We'll talk a little bit about the problems that you face in your various industries, and people certainly will be well prepared to do that with the experience they have. So That's really true. Fascinating and terrific audience. I think you'll enjoy interacting with each other. Experienced course leaders, and I think of really terrific content for this course. I hope you all have a very good experience here. Okay, so I'm going to pass it on to Vivek, who is going to take you through the learning journey.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for the introduction. I'm Babak Zafari, one of the program leaders for the course. And as Tom mentioned, I'm a professor of statistics and analytics at Babson College, a business college in Boston area. And my area of research was behavioral decision sciences. As you can see, we have it through some of the weeks. And I do machine learning and statistical modeling and natural language processing. For those of you who are interested, through my office hours, we can have conversations about those parts. But let's get back to the course. As you can see, we have 10 weeks of exciting materials. This course is very comprehensive. Even weeks 5 and 6 are offered as a separate course in other programs, but we have made sure we have enough information provided to you in a bundled course. We start by decision biases, some fallacies in decision making. We go through some descriptive statistics to make sure we all have the fundamental understanding of the concept that we'll be learning in the following weeks. Then we learn about big data, the opportunities, the word, the terminology, the technology around it. Then we move to some more technical parts in terms of introduction to the technical aspects of machine learning. We have 2 weeks on predictive analytics. The first one would be more a general overview to all the techniques in machine learning. And the second one would be more specifically designed towards neural network, one of the well-known, most famous methods in machine learning. Some people think of it as equivalent of machine learning, which could be right, but it's just a method within machine learning. And we also learn about more advanced AI and machine learning techniques like reinforcement learning. Later, we move to prescriptive analytics. We have 2 weeks there. We talk about simulations and we talk about decision trees. And then towards week 9 and 10, we talk about ethics and legal and organizational issues in machine learning, which in the last year or two, I would say is one of the most discussed topics in the area. If you're a manager and you're using these techniques, how do you make sure you have the social responsibility, the corporate responsibilities, and the ethical part of using these methods in practice? Next slide, please. So throughout the 10 weeks of course, or like weeks 9 and 10 are basically the same topics. We have made sure to engage you through different forms of submissions, activities. We have 3 forms. We have knowledge checks. There's 1 per week. They basically assess your understanding of the contents. They are not required and they will be auto-graded. So that's the first one. We have knowledge checks. Then we have discussion boards. I highly encourage you to use those discussion boards. 2 of them are graded. Weeks 3 and week 8 are graded. So that's part of the requirement for the course. The rest, they're not. But through my experience with all the online courses I've been involved with, part of the learning and part of the exciting like networking and excitement of learning happens through those discussion boards. That's where you interact with other people, other participants of the course. You learn from them, you share links with them, and you find people with similar background and business opportunities. So discussion boards are basically explorations of the topics that were taught that week. And then we have assignments on all the weeks except weeks 3 and 8, because we have the discussion assignments through those weeks. And assignments there are from case studies, and we give you like different forms such as case studies, and we debrief them for you after you submit them, and we give you hints in the beginning that what you should expect from those assignments coming up. So let's take a look at all the course at the same time in the next slide. And as you can see, all the weeks, we have all 3 of them, and not all of them are required. So knowledge checks, they're all optional. Discussions, they're only required on weeks 3 and 8. And assignments, they are required on all the weeks except 3 and 8. So you have required submissions, total of 9 of them throughout the course. Please go to the next slide. And in terms of passing criteria, we have 9 submissions, right? 7 of those 9 are required for the completion of the course. You can see the name of the assignments. For example, this assignment 1 and 2, and then we go to discussion 3, which is Cloud Vision API. Then we have assignments up to week 8, which is a discussion, a Zipcar share your insight, which is a discussion boards of a case, and then you would read it and then you share your insight. Usually we also ask you to give a comments on another student's, another participant's post to make sure you're engaging more with the whole course attendance. So total of 9, 7 of those 9 should be completed to complete the course overall. Let's go to the next slide, please. There will be also a total of 4 webinars for this course, all of them hosted by Cambridge University's instructors of the course. As you can see, we have weeks 1, 3, 5, and 6. The first one, Big Data Opportunities, would be on Tuesday, July 23rd. The second one on experimentation assignment debrief, which is the debrief of the assignment you will be having that week. And the third one is organizational challenges debrief, which is another debrief for the case that you will be having. And the last one would be psychometrics research. The webinars will be recorded as, if I'm not wrong, which I think that's the case for this course as well, they will be posted later. So if you couldn't make it to any of the webinars, you can still listen to the recording. However, if you log in, usually towards the end of the webinars, we have Q&A, so you could interact with the instructors of the course. And let's talk about office hours, I believe the next slide. Yes, so we have 4 office hours each week by 4 program leaders. We have one on Wednesday, that'll be me. We have 2 on Thursdays, and we have another one on Monday. These are just for you to come ask questions. It's the time for you, so make sure you use them. They're optional. There won't be any grades submitted through the office hours. There's just the time dedicated for you, so you can come, ask questions, engage with program leaders, brainstorm the ideas around the topics that you learned that week. So I encourage you to go any of those office hours that fits your schedule. So it's up to you which one you go. You can go to mine one week, and you can go to Days the other week, and so on. So that's the schedule of the office hours. It's all posted on Canvas. So you have all the information regarding assignments, regarding the webinars, and regarding the office hours, which will be all hosted online, and they will be live. And next slide, and I think that's the time that we pass it to Mary Mize, and she's gonna take us through Canvas demo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am coming in. My name is Marie Mize. I'm coming in from Cambridge, Massachusetts this morning. Thank you, Babak, for taking us through that learning journey. It looks very exciting, the content of this course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this content looks like in the real world. So we're going to go into our learning management system and take a walkthrough of the way the content is rolled out. I'm here in the background helping to moderate the Q&A box and the chat box. So as we go along the walkthrough here, if you have any questions, just go ahead and type them right into the Q&A. And after the walkthrough, I'll check that box and I'll reach out and answer any questions that I can. So I'm sharing my screen here, and what I have on the screen is the home page for the course. Babak, if you could just give me a thumbs up if you see it there, so I know that the screen is being shared. Okay, very good, thank you. So what we'll do here is we're going to go through the course content from right to left, and I'm going to explain various features of the LMS here for you. Now, by now, you will have received an email in your inbox from instructure.com, and that email will give you the instructions to log in and create a profile into the course. Now, if you haven't received that email, please do check your spam and your junk folder. And if you check those folders and you still can't find it, you can reach out right here on the webinar in the chat box and let us know. And a member of our program support team will be in touch with you to help. But once you do get that email, go ahead and log in. And this is where that login will take you. This is our home page for the course here. And I want to call to your attention a couple of unique features that helps you to access the course content in a streamlined fashion. So first and foremost, you'll see here in the top right corner, we have View Course Stream and View Course Calendar. I'm going to show you what those buttons do. So firstly, let's click on the View Course Stream. You're going to find here a list of all of the activities, announcements, notifications, and assignments in list view. So this is a way to see everything that's taking place in the course in a sequential fashion in a nice, streamlined, and succinct view. So if you click that View Course Stream, you can go in and you can click on the drop-down menus, and you'll see here 2 announcements have been sent. They're both related to the introductory webinar, this webinar we're on here. There's been 4 assignment notifications that have been sent out in email. You'll see what those are here. You can click into each of them to learn more about those assignments. And you'll also see that there's a discussion board here. So these are all of the various activities that the course has already undertaken here in the beginning. And as we move along, this will get populated further as we move along in the course. So this is a great place to go if you want quick access to the course content. Now, the second thing I want to show you here is the View Course Calendar button. Let's go ahead and click on that together here. This gives you that same information, but in a calendar view. So here you'll have the assignment discussion to introduce yourself. You'll have another assignment to create your profile. You'll see here we've got a webinar coming up on the 23rd of July, another webinar on the 1st of August. So this gives you a nice calendar view of all of the course activities. Now, the feature that you'll want to take note of here on this page is right here in the bottom right corner. You'll see this calendar feed button. And if you click on this, it allows you the option to subscribe this course calendar to your preferred calendar application. So you can copy and paste this URL into your Google Calendar, your iCal, Outlook, whichever calendar you prefer to use. The other option is just to click this button here, the feed button, and it will download an ICS file directly onto your desktop computer. This is the best way to sync your personal calendar with the course calendar. And one of the reasons we encourage you to do this is because viewing the course in the calendar view will give you those automatic time zone conversions. So you'll see the webinars, for example, this one's at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm in Eastern time right now. Now, if you're in a different part of the country, or in the world, let's say you're in Australia, this time zone conversion will be automatic for you. So you don't have to manually go in and try and figure out when is this webinar happening in my time zone, but the calendar will showcase that for you, and it will also sync it with your personal calendar application. So we encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to go ahead and sync up your calendar with the course. Now let's move back over to the home page. I want to call your attention to one more thing on the right of the screen here. You'll see this to-do list, and you'll see a list of all of the things that you're meant to have done already in the course as we go along, and you'll see those due dates right underneath the prompt here. So you'll see right now you've got a reminder for the introductory webinar. You're on that webinar, so you can go ahead and click the X button. That's no longer something that you need to do. You're here today. You'll have an introductory webinar, begins in 2 hours. We know that. We're going to go ahead and click the X. Introduce yourself. Okay, I haven't done that yet. I haven't done the discussion board, so I'm going to leave that in my to-do list here. But I have created my profile, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that. So this is a way for you to go ahead and keep track of all the things you have yet to do as the course goes along sequentially. So here on the right, you've got these quick buttons. We're going to move back to our home page. I'm going to show for you some of the things we have in the middle of the screen here. Now, the most recent announcements, the 2 or 3 most recent ones, are always going to appear at the top of your home page to make sure and keep you informed at any given time where we are in the course. Now, as you scroll down under the title, you're going to go ahead and see a welcome letter here from the faculty. And we encourage you to go ahead and take a look at this welcome letter. It gives you an overview of the 11-week program and what to expect. You'll see here some information about how to begin the course. You'll see the start date was June 26th. If you need any assistance, here's how you get that help, and I'll show you that in a moment in more detail. And then finally, if you'd like to access the course content from a mobile device, a tablet, or a phone, you'll have the download instructions here at the bottom of your homepage. So we encourage you to go ahead and do that. If you'd like to watch videos, for example, on the go, we want to make sure you have the tools in order to do that. Now, the other thing here on the homepage I want to call your attention to are these 3 hot buttons here, right above the welcome letter from your faculty. Now, these are 3 areas you'll want to refer back to time and time again throughout the course, so we wanted to make them available really quickly for you here on the homepage. There's a program outline. This will give you a high-level overview of everything as we move along in the course. There's, of course, the syllabus, which is a more detailed view of what to expect. And then finally, assessments. And this gives you an understanding of how you'll be graded, as well as how you can pass the course and receive a completion certificate. So if you want information about these, you can click these buttons and it'll take you right to those pages. There's another way to get all of this information. So that syllabus, those assessment criteria, and all of these assignments you see here in your to-do list, they're all housed within the modules tab. So let's go ahead and click that modules tab and see what that looks like here. Now, the modules tab gives you everything that's available throughout the course. And right now we're in the orientation week, and this is what an orientation module looks like. So you'll see here there's a program overview video. You'll want to watch that if you haven't done so already. And some activities to get started in the course. Create your profile. We've seen that before in our to-do list. Some information about the learning platform, Canvas here. There's the syllabus there. We saw the hot button for that on the homepage. This is where you can find it. Some grading and assessment details. This is Meet Your Faculty. So this is where you'll go to get the biographical and contact information for the faculty and for the program leaders in the course. And then finally, the frequently asked questions. So you'll want to familiarize yourself with these various components of the course before we get started next week. You'll also see here there's a program agreement. You'll want to go ahead and fill out that agreement. That is a prerequisite. You need to go ahead and fill that out before you continue through next week's content. And there's that discussion board where you can introduce yourself. I want to call your attention to 2 things in the modules page here. The first here is the frequently asked questions page. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and I want to show you how you can best use the FAQs. So again, we've got some hot buttons for you here at the top of the page that helps you to navigate this comprehensive FAQ document. So let's say you have questions about how to get that completion certificate. So what do I need to do in order to pass the course and get a completion certificate? You can click right here, and that'll take you to the list of questions related to that topic area on the completion certificate. You can go ahead and read through that. You'll get information about our refund policy. You'll get instructions on where to go for support and other important information. Once you've read through these questions, you can click this button here. It'll take you back to the top of the page, and you can continue to look through the various topics that are available for you. So if you haven't done so already, do take a look at this frequently asked questions page. It gives you a lot more of a detailed overview of the various components of the course. The other thing I'd like to call your attention to is this Introduce Yourself discussion board. Now, we learned in today's webinar, you guys are a global network of colleagues. And one of the things, you'll see here a message from Babek, our program leader here. So do take a look at this message. He's prompting you to go ahead and introduce yourself. You'll see here several of you already have done that. You can like other people's comments. You can reply to other people. One of the great things about a course like this is the chance to network globally with a set of a cohort of colleagues that have the same industry expertise or different industry expertise, but the same area of interest in business analytics and using data. So you want to take advantage of that in opportunities such as this to get to know one another. Now, moving back over here to the left of our page, I want to go ahead and click on the support tab and show you what that looks like. Anytime you need assistance with the course, whether it be a content question, a technology question, let's say you're having issues with your technology, or perhaps you have a question related to enrollments, refunds, deferrals, any type of support you need, you want to create a ticket using the support tab here in Canvas. And the reason we ask you do it this way is it allows us to get back to you in the most timely fashion. So what you'll do first here is you'll click the area that best describes your question. You'll see here you might need help with getting an assignment extension, accessing the materials. You might have a course content related question, or you might have a question related to your payment or your enrollment in the course. So you'll select the topic area that best describes your question, and then you'll go ahead in the open text box here and you'll type in what your question is here. And then finally, you have a chance to add files right here in the ticket. So let's say you want to share a screenshot with your program leader. You can do that right there. I'm sorry about that. It looks like my Canvas has, let's see here. Let's go back into the support tab here. I'm not sure what happened there. But the other feature here on the support tab is that you can add files and attachments there to show the type of support that you need. And once you've done that, you'll click submit here. And you'll get a confirmation right away in your email letting you know that your ticket has been submitted. And somebody will get back to you often within a couple of hours, but we do promise a response time of 24 hours or less. So within 1 day of the time you submit your ticket, you'll receive the help that you need. This is an area of the course you'll be coming to again and again, so do familiarize yourself with it. And then finally here, we've got the People tab. As mentioned before, this is a chance for you to really get to know a global network of colleagues and peers. And you can do that on an individual basis by clicking on the People tab here. And you'll see this is everyone who's in the course, their names, and links to their profiles. So let's say you really want to see, who is this guy, Adam Miller? Let's see, who is he? You'll click on his hyperlink here. It'll take you to his biography, his photo. It'll let you know what he does. And this is a profile that each of you have the chance to set up. So you can attach LinkedIn, you can attach links to your LinkedIn account, and other types of links here. Looks like Adam's got some project links here that he'd like to showcase in the course. And you'll see here he's enrolled in this course. And if he were enrolled in other courses, you would see those listed as well. So this is a great way to get to know who's in the course and to reach out to folks that you'd like to work with as you move along in understanding the course content. The grading tab gives you an overview of how many points you've received as you go along in the course. So far, there are no point assignments, so you'll see there's a not applicable message here. But there are 2 assignments that have a point structure of 0. So that introduce yourself and create your profile. Those are 2 assignments that we're not assigning points to, but they are in the queue waiting for you to complete. As you go along, you'll see your points here, and you'll be able to track your progress as you try and reach that ultimate goal of completing the course and passing the course. You can arrange by due date, module, title, and assignment group. And finally, our webinar tab, Babak mentioned that all of our webinars are recorded and they're posted here in the platform. This is where you can go to find them. So you'll see right now we're on that introductory webinar, and this is the link to join that webinar. The date is July 2nd, and the webinar began at 12 p.m. UTC. Now, if you want to convert that time zone, you can use the World Time Buddy link here, or as mentioned before, you can subscribe to the calendar, and those time zone conversions will be automatically made for you in your personal calendar application. Now, after today's webinar, within 24 hours by July 3rd at 12 p.m. UTC, the slide deck that Babak shared will be posted here, as well as a recording from today's session. So if you missed the session, you can come here and view it. And you'll see here there are tabs you can click through to see there's another webinar coming up in week 3 and in week 4. We have a webinar coming up in week 9 and again in week 10. And this gives you the dates and times of those webinars. And of course, again, after those webinars, you'll see the recordings posted right here in Canvas for you. Now, the last thing we like to show you here is how to create your profile. So you'll see there's an account button here in this far left tab. If you click on that button, I'm currently logged in as a test student, but you would see your name written here. You'd see a chance for you to upload a professional quality photograph and a chance for you to update your profile. So this is where you would write your biography. We saw Adam Miller's a moment ago. You'd be able to see that right here, how to edit that profile, add your LinkedIn and other types of links. The settings, this is where you update your time zone. So if you haven't done so already, click on the settings button and make sure that your time zone is reflected here in the course. And finally, you're able to adjust your notifications. So let's say you want to receive less emails from the course, or perhaps you want to receive more emails as activities are populated in the course. You can adjust those settings right here using the notifications link. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen now. Thank you all for your time and allowing me to walk you through what the course content looks like. As I mentioned before, I'm here on the call in the background, moderating the Q&A in the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Marie. I appreciate that. We're at the time to answer questions, so please put any questions you have in the Q&A. Just to address a few points, you saw where the names were, where your names were. There were various sections assigned to you. So everybody is assigned to one of the 4 program leaders that we have. If you do go to the support tab and you ask a question, your question will be routed to your program leader. However, you may attend any office hour. Please feel free, the one that's the most convenient for you, or all of them if you like. Come prepared with questions about the assignment, or if you prefer just to listen to other people's questions, that's fine. Please make good use of your program leaders. Their time is for you and very valuable for you. They will be there for the full hour from the start. So if you don't come at the very beginning, that's fine. Much like my students at the university who come near the end, that's perfectly all right. They'll be there. Let's see. About the grading for discussions and other written elements, please just make it. They are complete or not complete, based on just making a good faith effort for those assignments. So please do not worry about that. Yeah. So it's really let's see, either complete or not complete. Yes, you should be able to. There's someone who says Marie can only see their own section of, they can only see section C. Is that correct? That they would only, you can see all of the sections, but do students only see their own section?
That's right. So we divide the course out into sections, so you're able to network with your section group. Okay.
So yeah. So that's intentional. You would only see your own section. So there are what, about 65, 70 participants in your own section. Those are the people that you should network with. Unfortunately, cannot filter out people from only particular countries. You can actually look through the profiles and find, or you can go to the discussion boards and invite discussion among people from your country or time zone or so forth. But yes, so that's right. So you'll see, so please interact. I think that's done intentionally because I think we've found the smaller groups, actually, rather than opening up discussion to more than 250 people, might be a little bit unwieldy. You'll have probably more good discussion among a smaller group of people. So I think that's good. Yes, you can have, if you have a business trip and you want to request an extension for assignment, that's fine. Go to that support tab that Marie showed and request that, and you'll be fine there. We have a very senior group of people here. That's certainly to be expected that people will have business travel. For those of us that are in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer and you might have a little holiday, that's fine. You can request that deadline. Okay, so okay. Oh, the program leader session. So the what we call the office hour. It's a Zoom meeting, much like this, where you'll see Vivek or Dave or Phil or Jacob, and you'll have an opportunity. They'll discuss the assignment for that week, And please come with questions or just listen to them to them discuss the assignment for that week. They will help you get it. If you have any issues, I suppose, with the assignments, they are there to help you get the assignments done. They exist to help you get through this course, to stimulate your discussion, to have everything done that you need to get done. There are no group assignments in this course. However, if you want to discuss assignments with people, that would be great. And you will get feedback from the program leaders on your assignments. Okay, you can go through, actually, the easiest thing to do in terms of the case studies is to, yes, all the case studies are included, and go into Canvas and you can see when each is assigned and which module. The modules will be released every week. Unfortunately, you have to go through, and I think the best learning experience is to take it week by week with the course. Yeah, you should interact with other people on the discussion boards, other people in your section. Actually, you can invite other people to discuss issues with you. If you want to form a group to discuss an assignment, that will be fine as well. So, yeah, so again, the students of your section are those there. You have a large enough section. We expect you to interact with those. Our experience is if we open it up in a large class and it's too many, if you put post discussions, it will get too unwieldy. I think it's best that you see just those from your group. You'll have a good experience. I think that's plenty. No, you don't need any software or business analytics platform for this course. Yeah, the assignments are due weekly. As I said, you can get an extension for that if you need it. Okay, so question about when the office hours are going to get posted on Canvas. Yeah, once again, same question. You have visibility into all the people in your section. So we have, 4 sections, and I think we said 269 people. So you have plenty of people to network in your group, and I think having a smaller group will be more manageable for you to network.
Hi there. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to jump in to answer one of the questions. Hi, everyone. My name is Adriana. I help with the delivery of this course. There was someone asking about when the office hours will be released. They will be shortly uploaded in Canvas, but just FYI, I'm going to just share my screen a moment so that you can see it here. Just a moment. So, okay, looks like this is not working. So I will just tell you. So Babak will be hosting office hours every Wednesday at 2 p.m. British time, and Jacob and Phil every Thursday. Jacob at 12 p.m. and Phil at 11 p.m. and Dave every Monday at 2 p.m. Everything in British time, GMT +1. And this information will be posted on Canvas very shortly.
Yes, this webinar, so that page was shared in this webinar, and the deck will also be shared in Canvas.
Yeah.
So,
and one final thought on that is you can attend, some of you are asking about how to network with students who are in other sections that are not in your section. And just a final note here, you can attend office hours for any program leader, whether it be your program leader or a program leader for a different section. And that's a great way for you to interact with the full cohort of folks who are both in your section and outside of your section.
Yes, this is a large class, and I think breaking it up into 4 groups, I think you'll find that a lot more manageable. And there are plenty of good people and good discussions for you to have. So, yeah, so we're essentially done. Hi, Ashna. Yeah, the assignments are complete or non-complete. Make a good effort on the assignments, and you will be marked complete, and you will get some feedback. So, when you go in and see your section, actually, can we? Do we know, Adriana, who is section A, B, C, and D? I mean, they can tell in Canvas, but
we do. I'm just going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Now we can, yes.
Great. So when you go to Canvas, as Marie was saying, and you go to the People tab, right here, you can filter by role. So if you filter by program leader, you will see the information on the program leaders, and you will see which section belongs to what program leader. So Phil is in charge of section A, Jacob is in charge of section B, Dave in charge of section C, and Babak section D. So you will be able to see it on the People's tab on Canvas.
And those sections are fairly large, almost 70 people per section. So I think you'll find that interacting with 65 to 70 people you'll have plenty of good discussions in your group. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I think this is terrific. And Adriana, do you know the question to this? The sections, were they geographically distributed?
I am not sure about that. We can get back. No.
So they're distributed based on enrollment date. So they're not geographic. It really gives you a chance to network globally within your section. So they are not geographically divided.
Okay, so you could have a very geographically diverse group, which actually is kind of nice.
One more thing to add to office hours, and we are talking about such a global audience that we have for this course. So one of the challenges we face is finding a schedule that works for all the time zones. So for live webinars, that shouldn't be a problem because all the live webinars are going to be posted on Canvas. So if you cannot attend a live webinar, you will still be able to see a recorded version of it. But for office hours, if the office hour sessions do not work for you, please reach out to your program leader. And if you still want to, if you have some questions and you would like a live session, reach out to your program leader and find a time that works for you, and you will be able to set up a 15 minutes, 20 minutes long one-on-one session. So please, we encourage you to make the most of the program leaders who are very knowledgeable and are going to be able to help you a lot throughout the course.
Yes, and you will, once again, you will see we can see everybody and every course leader, but you will see only your section and only your course leader. Lots of questions about that. Unfortunately, when we show you, we have view to everybody, but you have a view to your section. I do think that will make for a better experience for you. Okay, so when do you know, Adriana, what time the release of the first module is going to be?
So the release of the first module, checking my calendar.
The 3rd.
That should be happening tomorrow, Wednesday.
So it's the 3rd, but it gets released. I think the question is what time of day will it be released? And I'm not really sure about that.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be different. I mean, it's such a geographically different group. Let's see. If you can't make the office hours, can you see what has been discussed? I would contact your course leader to see what's been discussed. You can attend this at any office hour. Come with any questions. If you want to send an email to your course, to your program leader through the support tab to ask about what was discussed and see if you want to have a discussion about that, you can certainly do that too. If you only see Dave Paritsky as a course leader, then Dave is your course leader.
Maybe now's a good time for Dave to introduce himself.
Yes, sure. Actually, that would be great.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I know you've heard from Babak, and I'm one of number two, I guess, of four. And certainly no particular order. I'll be teaching section C, and I look forward to working with all of you. As Tom said, we see students from all sections in our office hours. Often it's time zone dependent. My background is on the operational side. I've spent about 20 years building two information analytics companies, one called Eurasia Group, which focuses on political risk, and another company called New Energy Finance, which focuses on investments in clean and renewable energy, which was sold to Bloomberg LP. So it gave me about a decade inside the walls of Bloomberg, which was arguably one of the leading lights of business analytics, often before we were using that terminology. Anyway, this is really a fantastic overview course. What we try to do is not only establish frameworks, but also help you to focus on ways to apply those frameworks to your course, to your day-to-day business, whether it's for your job, whether it's for a job transition, or for your general knowledge. So please don't ever hesitate of bringing specific questions to us or bouncing ideas off us, et cetera. With a group of executives like this, we benefit so much from one another's opinions and insights and feedback, and we're here. We look forward to a great course.
Yes, and actually, I saw Dave's partner, Ian Bremmer from the Eurasia Group on CNN just yesterday, as a matter of fact.
If there's a CNN camera, you will likely find him on it.
Yes. Seen him on CNN many times, and as well on not too long ago on Bill Maher. Interesting. And I'm a follower on Twitter, actually, and a fan, and love to discuss international risk. And so Dave is a great person. Go to his office hours. I'm sure you'll have some great discussions, interesting questions. Anybody who would like to contact me with questions, someone from fund management, tom.doherty@emeritus.org. That's I'm happy to answer your questions related to fund management offline. So wow, a lot of questions on sections. Yeah, please, you're limited to your section. I don't anticipate that's going to be a problem. The sections in this course are actually quite large. All right, let's see, we'll wait. Please, if you have questions, I'll go through the chat, but if they'll stand out more, and I'll make sure I get to them if you put them in the Q&A. Thank you, Sandra. All right, well, maybe we'll end a few minutes early if there are not any other questions. I'll just thank you all for attending. I see some people, I know that see someone from Los Angeles where this started at 5 a.m. and other people where it's quite late at night. So thank you very, very much for your time. Actually, we have a global audience. We have people from everywhere on the soul. But back, I believe are you in Rome?
I'm in Rome, yes. I'm Boston based, but I'm traveling. So today I'm in Rome. I'll be traveling few more days, and I'll be back in Boston next week.
Terrific. All right. Dave is in New York. The Emeritus team is in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So please reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you all for your time. I am fairly confident that you will have an excellent experience with this course. If anything does not meet your expectations, please let us know. But we're quite proud to partner with Cambridge Judge in giving you this course. And I wish everybody a very good day wherever you are. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.